Assalamualaikum. We are from group 36. In our group, we have 5 members. We would like to present about smart legal contract, which is interaction of NFT, consumer opportunities and challenge. Each member will explain each point including introduction, smart contract and interaction, consumer protection, challenge that faced by NFT consumer, and lastly, conclusion. For this part, I will explain the introduction of NFT. NFT is a non-fungible token. It's a digital asset that on blockchain that represent real-world object. NFT will use unique identifier and information that lock and verify on cryptocurrency blockchain. If you want to own the NFT, it can be purchased and sold online, and most of the transaction taking place in cryptocurrency. NFT were limited edition item because nowadays many people know about it. For our assignment, we need to know how to implement the smart legal contract for NFT, which is a way for the NFT owner and the buyer to carry out selling agreement. Next is a smart contract. Smart contract are self-executing and may verify the contract condition have been authority. It's also a component of blockchain software. It enables the network to preserve data from NFT transaction and may access at any time and anywhere. Smart contract also can ensure that the data recorded in both transparent and unchanging. And it can control numerous actions that take place in NFT, included verify ownership and handling the transferability. Because it is a software application, NFT may be configured to do more than just these fundamental activities. The other feature of NFT are it also can link into other digital asset and managing royalty payment. This digital asset can also be guaranteed to be unique and non-replicable via smart contract. Each action is performed only if to extent that the predetermined prerequisites are met and validate. Next, I will pass for BATRISYIA for explain further.
Okay, for the next part, I will present about the smart contract and interaction with NFT. Okay, the next slide. Okay, before I go through to the deeper information about the interaction, I will give a brief explanation about what is smart contract in NFT transaction so that we will understand the flow. So as we know, a non-fungible token, which is NFT, has a smart contract to process for carrying out an online agreement between the owner of the NFT and the buyer. And smart contracts are part of the programming inherent in the blockchain that allows program to store information specified in NFT transaction. And once complete, this information can be accessed according to user needs. And next, smart contract also ensure that the data stored is transparent and cannot be altered. It also can carry out far more complex transaction than simply transferring cryptocurrency, such as forming decentralized autonomous organization or launching security tokens offering. And in the slide, there are two main terms for smart legal contract and NFT for interacting. And first, NFT could be included in smart legal contract, and the contract contests transfer to a user or another contract based on the smart legal contracts rules and events. And second, to consider and view asset within an NFT, smart contract can be embedded. For example, owner give permits to user to access a song immersed in NFT, and they will use the smart contract to agree on the terms, pay the agreed price, and have full right to that song. So when user press the play button on their application, this process will most probably run in the background. Okay, so to the next slide. Okay, this is smart legal contract codes. What is smart legal contract codes? So this is codes to determine NFT characteristic and join them to the applicable blockchain on which the particular NFT is coded. And many smart contract standards were developed and Ethereum. It was among the first to implement these standards, which is ERC 721 standard and ERC 1155 standard. So ERC stand for Ethereum request for comments. So there are two ERC standard in smart legal contract codes. So I will explain for the ERC 721 first. So the ERC 721 is a specification that defines how to create NFT on Ethereum. And this standard was clearly different from nearly all other tokens. The ERC 721 standard represent how a smart legal contract works and could manage multiple tokens. And there are two information required to transfer the token, which is the address of the smart legal contract and the ID of the token. Okay, so next is ERC 1155 standards. So the ERC 1155 standard is a multi-token requirement where each token ID is represent of self-configurable token type based on specific properties and supply of metadata. And decentralization of NFT will aid in ensuring token interoperability. Okay, so that's all for ERC 721 and 1155. So that's all to my part. So I will pass to the next presenter.
For consumer protection, NFT protect their consumer throughout their own license, which are the guidelines on what rights are specifically licensed to the buyer. Next, the authenticity is verified in a smart contract. The user can associate metadata and verify the wallet address in public blockchain, but it cannot be linked to a person in real world. The verified wallet address and associate metadata also cannot be verified by a creator. It is having specific work to the right link in NFT. The platform sold and displayed in NFT will be verified as an identity of the creator. Usually, it will be done manually through an application form. When buy an NFT, the token is issued that contain the detail and information of the smart contract. Once the registration on the blockchain is done, the information will be public and proof of purchasing of the ownership will be recorded. The owner can choose whether to sell or display the asset. If the image is duplicate, which is entirely possible if you display the work publicly, the blockchain proof ownership and the duplicate image or asset would be worthless. Transferring an NFT is only allowed on the blockchain if the owner personal key is used. NFT can be used for more than just transaction. They can also used for supply chain management of goods and even financial transaction management. The smart contract can run the process of fee and reduce delay by eliminating the middleman in the business. Credit information and personal data will be stored on the blockchain and feedback. The seller and the owner. The money is now returned to the seller, repayment is initiated, and the title is held by the bank until the condition of repayments are met. When it is done, it will automatically transfer and transaction will be recorded in the blockchain. It's proof that smart contracts are extremely useful. It is first, its ensures speed and accuracy as paperwork can be completely avoided. Next is create trust with each other because the terms of the contract cannot be changed by other once it is created. Lastly, it's very secure and difficult to hack because of the secure system. By applying this, that will be avoided by using middlemen. In conclusion, smart contracts are the building block of any NFT. It will be useful by implementing it in any business or transaction we can do in the future. By using smart contract, it can eliminate the lack of trust that occur in transaction with others. That is what a smart contract can do.
Good day. My name is SABRINA. I'm from Group 36. The title of our group project is Smart Legal Contract, Interaction with NFT, Consumer Opportunities and Challenges. I'll be presenting the challenges part. The challenges faced by NFT consumers. The first challenge faced by NFT consumers is slow confirmation. NFT validation takes a very long time. Blockchain systems must be reformed, their structures streamlined, and consensus mechanism enhanced in order to tackle this problem. Existing blockchain systems are unable to meet these needs. The second challenges faced by NFT consumers is intellectual property right. When an NFT is bought, the buyer just gets the rights to utilize it, not the intellectual property right. The terms and conditions for holding an NFT are contained in the metadata of the underlying smart contract. It goes without saying that NFT applications have the potential to generate a lot of money. The next challenges faced by NFT consumers is smart contract. One of the most pressing challenges in NFT environment is the development and the security of smart contracts. For the creation of smart contracts, there are no well-defined standard protocols that developers should follow across projects. Smart contracts are difficult to construct, test, verify, and audit due to lack of tools available to developers. The next challenge is security and privacy issues. Every technology solution faces a very serious problem in terms of security and privacy. The privacy of NFT users is currently being investigated. If the public is aware of their genuine identities and linked addresses, users can mask their identities to some extent. Otherwise, the activity of all users under the exposed address is visible. For the security and privacy issues, like there might be NFT can be stolen. Like the thief can use somebody else's identity and steal information. The last challenge is environmental impact. Cryptocurrency mining uses 44.94 terawatt-hours of electricity each year, which is almost equivalent to Qatar and Hungary's annual electricity use. According to a recent study, global temperatures might climb to 2 degrees Celsius if blockchain-based technologies are adopted as widely as other new technologies. That's all from me. Thank you.
So, to conclude here, many individuals think about purchasing NFTs as securities. The majority of NFTs on the market are being offered as security, according to the head of Securities and Exchange Commission. However, in practice, the Supreme Court has only connected NFT to investment contract. Now, NFT is taking a major risk here. It is because NFT must meet certain requirements of the Huawei test in order to qualify as securities. Finally, it is unclear how closely the regulation of cryptocurrency will function similarly to physical currency. Bitcoin is harder to monitor, so provisions should focus Bitcoin exchange and other counterparties that would provide a link among Bitcoin and the real world in order to overcome Bitcoin's decentralization. Central authorities manage this exchange, which may be subject to regulatory action. The technology that underpins Bitcoin and the other cryptocurrency is still in its early stage. The intangible nature of cryptocurrency makes it difficult to categorize. Furthermore, Bitcoin has numerous current and potential applications that regulators must consider. So, to address this issue, regulators should look at the use of Bitcoin to consider specific regulation. Anyone who intends to conduct cryptocurrency transaction, Bitcoin and other digital currency are not legal tender in Malaysia. However, this does not imply that it is illegal. In the 2018 High Court case of Luno Pte Ltd and others versus Robert Ong Tian Cheng, digital currency was officially recognized as a security and commodity by Malaysian courts. The legal status of blockchains varies greatly between jurisdictions and remains undefined or changing in many of them. While the use of cryptocurrency is not illegal in the majority of countries, its status and usability as a means of payment or a commodity varies, with varying regulatory implication. Okay, last but not least, non-fungible tokens are unique pieces of data that are stored on a blockchain. Digital assets convert to NFTs, including digital art, music, video clips, and tickets, to name a few. So, some believe this is a bursting bubble, while others believe NFTs will drive the digital economy. Thus, we must wait and see how the technology develops, because it is still in its early stage. Okay, that's all from us. Thank you.